answering this because that's getting asked all the time. And I'm candid in saying that one reason is that I'm more familiar with Jesus, and of course with the book where we learn about Jesus, because of the time and the place where I grew up. So I'm more familiar with Jesus. I've been around Jesus my whole life. And when I was a kid, you know, the Bible had a lot more authority than it does now. There was more natural reverence for the Bible than we see now. There are young people coming up now who have had no exposure whatsoever to the Bible in this country, but that's not the world that I grew up in. So yes, I'm more familiar with Jesus. But that's not the only reason. I've been studying this, I've been talking about it, I've been writing about it, and to me, Jesus is special because these teachings and the examples that he shows just seem so amazingly applicable to so much of what's going on. And when I say what's going on, I'm talking as a columnist, someone who writes about religion and public life. If you look at the issues that most divide us as a culture right now, the things that are in politics, and also in our own lives, I find that if you can take the Jesus stories, the Jesus ethic, the Jesus way, it maps on incredibly well to what's going on right now. What's the second question?
Well, you kind of already addressed it a little bit earlier, but that it's specifically how the Bible's religious context and themes affects your appreciation and interpretation of it. So you might translate that question to say the supernatural aspects of it or that sort of thing.
Well, frankly, it makes it harder. And it makes it harder for me to get a hearing with the people in my neck of the woods because, as I mentioned earlier, there's a sense that the Bible is radioactive or that it's, you know, not something that's either available, maybe even something that's harmful. And so it does make it more of a challenge for me personally, and to get people to really listen to what I'm saying, there is a challenge. But there are people who are open to it.